There's a beneficial introduction here before we start in the metin, even though I'm so much wanting to start in the metin. But let's see if we can go through this intro. I ask Allah to make it beneficial. And so the author says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So this is not part of Al-Aajurroomiyyah. This is just a benefit added to the publication. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam wa ba'd. Thereafter, فإن من عادة العلماء السابقين الاعتناء بعلم النحو. Indeed, amongst the habits of the prior scholars is to give heed to or to take care of the science of nahu, Arabic syntax. وكانوا يتقنونه ويعلمونه لطلبة العلم الديني. They used to master it and they used to teach it to the students of religious knowledge. Very important. وذلك لما له من النفع العظيم في فهم معاني كلام الله وكلام رسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. That is because of the great benefit that it has in promoting comprehension of the meaning of the speech of God and the speech of His Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam. نقول, we say, ينبغي لكل شارع في فن أن يتصوره ويعرفه قبل الشروع فيه. It should be that anyone who gets involved in a field, anyone who starts a field or gets involved in a field, that he should envision it. He should encompass it. Yani, encompass here means he should have an idea about it. And he should know it before he gets into it. It means he should take an idea about it. How would he do that? By what's going to be presented to you here. لِيَكُونَ عَلَى بَصِيرَةٍ فِيهِ, so that he would be guided in that which he is doing. ويحصل التصور بمعرفة المبادئ العشرة المنظومة في قول بعضهم. And the way to know any field is by knowing the 10 principles, if you want. By knowing the 10 principles that were arranged in a line of poetry said by some. The author says, إِنَّ مَبَادِي كُلِّ فَنٍّ عَشَرَةٍ الْحَدُّ وَالْمَوْضُوعُ ثُمَّ الثَّمَرَةُ وَفَضْلَهُ وَنِسْبَةٌ وَالْوَاضِعُ وفضله ونسبة والواضع والاسم الاستمداد حكم الشارع مسائل والبعض بالبعض اكتفى ومن درى الجميع حاز الشرفا إنما بادي كل فن عشرة. Indeed, the principles of every field are 10. Al-Haddu, its definition. Wal-Mawdu', its subject. Thumma Thamara, and its point. Wafadlahu, its merit. Wa-Nisbatun, Nisbah, now I don't remember what that means. Wal-Wadi', and who established it. Very important, very important. Wal-Ismu, and its name, the actual name of this field. Wal-Istimdad, and its references, its proofs, its sources. Hukmu Shari', and the judgment of the lawmaker. That's if Ash-Shari' here refers to Allah, then it means the lawmaker. If Shari' here means the prophet, then it means the lawbringer. Okay. He says in the last line, Masailun, and its cases, and its cases. And what are its cases? وَالْبَعْضُ بِالْبَعْضِ اكْتَفَى. And some said that knowing some of these is enough to get an idea about the field. وَمَنْ دَرَى الْجَمِيعَ هَذَا الشَّرَفَ. And anyone who knows all of that about a field has achieved nobility. So, because I want to get to the book, I'm not going to stop here, but so much that could be said here, and many benefits. But I do want to mention one thing before I go. Apply this to psychology and to philosophy so that you can know about that. Al-Wa'dir, who's establisher of this field? Al-Istimdad, what's the proofs for this field? What are the references for it? Okay, let's go though. He says, وَالنَّحْوُ حَدُّهُ عِلْمٌ بِقَوَاعِدَ يُعْرَفُ بِهَا أَحْكَامُ الْكَلِمَاتِ الْعَرَبِيَّةِ. Nahu, which I'm going to call syntax, and maybe I'll say grammar sometimes. Its definition is a knowledge of rules by which the judgments, a knowledge of rules by which the judgments of Arabic words are known. Hala tarkibiha, when those words are composed. Composed means making sentences. Min al-i'rabi wal-bina, the judgments, whether those are the i'rab, the variable endings, or the bina, the static endings. By this set of rules, you'll know these cases. وَمَا يَتْبَعُهُمَا مِنْ شُرُوطِ النَّوَاسِخِ وَحَذْفِ الْعَائِدِ. And Nahu includes all what goes along with that, what follows that, such as the conditions of what abrogate the judgment of the mubtada and the khabar. So we covered that, the nawasikh. We didn't finish though. We stopped there. We talked all about kana, and we talked mostly about inna, and we didn't get to dhanna. And the omission of the self-referential pronoun. We talked about that. So inshallah you know about that, or now have a better idea. The omission of the self-referential pronoun in the ism mawsul, relative nouns. Review that case inshallah. All of that is nahu, these rules. وَمَوْضُوعُهُ الْكَلِمَاتُ الْعَرَبِيَّةِ. Its subject is Arabic words. مِنْ حَيْثُ الْبَحْثُ عَنْ أَحْوَالِهَا, concerning delving into their cases, searching their cases, researching their cases. يعني مرفوع منصوب مجرور. وغايته وفائدته, and its point and its benefit is التحرز عن الخطأ, protection from mistake. والاستعانة على فهم كلام الله وكلام رسول الله, and using it to understand the speech of God and the speech of the messenger of God. That's two benefits there. Avoiding mistake when you speak, it means speaking properly. And also understanding the Quran and the Sunnah. وَشَرَفُهُ بِشَرَفِ فَائِدَتِهِ. Its nobility, what makes it special, that is, what makes this field special, its sharaf, is the specialness of its benefit, which those are very noble benefits there. وَاسْتِمْدَادُهُ مِنْ كَلَامِ الْعَرَبِ, its proof is the speech of the Arabs. As you know more specifically, its proof is, its highest proof is the Quran itself. Second highest proof is the speech of the ancient Arabs. Kalam al-Arab here, speech of the Arabs, means the ancient ones. And otherwise, the case of the grammarians is the case of some people who encountered a structure and then they described it as they found it. وَفَضْلُهُ, and its merit, فَوَقَانُهُ عَلَى سَائِرِ الْعُلُومِ بِالنِّسْبَةِ وَالِاعْتِبَارِ. Its merit is its relative superiority to other fields. Its relative superiority to other fields. Nahu has something special that other fields don't have. Doesn't mean it's the best field in the world, though. They say Nahu is the bridge to the sciences, to all sciences. وَمَسَائِلُهُ قَوَاعِدُهُ, and its cases are its rules. كَقَوْلِكَ, like for you to say, الْفَاعِلُ مَرْفُوعٌ, the doer is nominative. Now also you got used to the translations, inshallah. Well, all these translations are in service for the Arabic Nahu, not for the English grammar. وَوَاضِعُهُ أَبُو الْأَسْوَدِ الدُّؤَلِي مِنَ التَّابِعِينَ بِأَمْرٍ مِنَ الْإِمَامِ عَلِيٍّ كَرَّمَ اللَّهُ وَجْهَهُ. And its establisher, its founder, وَاضِعُهُ, its founder, the founder of this field, is Abu al-Aswad ad-Du'ali, one of the successors of the companions. By the command of Imam Ali, by the instruction, let's say, by the instruction of Imam Ali, may Allah honor his face. وَنِسْبَتُهُ لِبَاقِي الْعُلُومِ التَّبَايُنِ. That statement, I'm not sure how to explain it. وَاسْمُهُ عِلْمُ النَّحْوِ وَعِلْمُ الْعَرَبِيَّةِ. And the name of this field is the knowledge of Nahu, syntax, or the knowledge of Arabic. It has this name, the knowledge of Arabic, علم العربية, or علم اللغة العربية. That's a name for this field we're in, which is Nahu. It has this name, though you can see how broad that name is, as if that name encompasses everything else like Sarf and Balagha and all the fields. Why would it have this broad name? Because that's how important it is. Nahu is the most fundamental and important Arabic science. Then after it is Sarf in importance. But the students always feel like they should have learned Sarf before they learned Nahu. They would learn some Nahu and then they will get some Sarf and they would say, why didn't you give me this first? وحكم الشارع فيه وجوبه الكفائي على أهل كل ناحية. And its religious judgment, the lawmaker's judgment about this field, or the lawgiver's judgment about this field, is that it's a communal obligation on the people of every locale, on the people of each district or each precinct. وَالْعَيْنِ عَلَى قَارِئِ التَّفْسِيرِ وَالْحَدِيثِ. And they said it's a personal obligation on someone who reads the tafsir of the Quran and the hadiths of the Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam. وَحُكِيَ فِي سَبَبِ وَضْعِ أَبِي الْأَسْوَدِ لِهَذَا الْفَنِ And it was cited concerning the reason for Abu al-Aswad to establish this field. أنه كان ليلة على سطح بيته, is that once he was on his rooftop, وعنده بنته, and his daughter was with him, فرأت السماء ونجومها وحسن تلألؤ أنوارها, and she saw the sky and its stars and the beauty of their twinkling. مع وجود الظلمة, their twinkling in contrast to the darkness. فقالت, and so she said, يا أبت ما أحسن السماء. She said, oh father, ما أحسن السماء, بضم النون وكسر الهمزة, the way I just read it to you. فقال أي بنية نجومها. He said, oh little daughter of mine, it's stars. This is a calling particle. There's a number of them, like yeah, yeah. And there's others. Mulhatul I'rab lists them in a line of poetry. Ay bunayya. Bunayya means, that's miniaturized form of bint. So means little daughter. Doesn't mean she's necessarily little, but that's what the word means. So he said, Ay bunayyatu nujumuha. Oh my small daughter, it's stars. This form is used for affection, amongst other things. وظن أنها أرادت أي شيء أحسن منها. He thought that she meant, what's the most beautiful thing in the sky? He said, Ay bunayya, oh my daughter, nujumuha, it's stars. So why he said that? Because he thought that she's saying, which thing is most beautiful in the sky? فقالت يا أبت ما أردت هذا. And so she said, oh father of mine, I didn't mean this. إنما أردت التعجب من حسنها. I merely meant to express my astonishment at their beauty. فقال قولي ما أحسن السماء وافتحي فاك. He said, say ما أحسن السماء, not ما أحسن السماء, and open your mouth. That means say فتحة. فلما أصبح غدا على سيدنا علي كرم الله وجهه. So in the morning he went to Imam Ali. May Allah make his face noble. وقال يا أمير المؤمنين. He said, O Prince of the Believers, حدث في أولادنا ما لم نعرف. Something that we didn't know happened to our children. وأخبره بالقصة. And then he told him the story. فقال هذا بمخالطة العجم العرب. He said this is because of the mixture of non-Arabs and Arabs. We explained what that meant last week. ثم أمره. So then he prepared him for a lesson. فاشترى صحيفة. And he purchased a page or something like that. Sahifa, a page or a leaf. وأملى عليه بعد أيام. And then after a few days, Ali dictated to him أقسام الكلام ثلاثة. There are three parts of speech. اسم وفعل وحرف جاء لمعنى. A noun, يعني a name, an act, and a particle that has a meaning. وجملة من التعجب. And he also dictated to him a sentence pertaining to astonishment. That's a chapter in Nahu, the chapter of astonishment. وقال, and he said, أنحو نحو هذا. He said, go this way. فلذلك سمي بعلم نحو. This is why this field was called the knowledge of Nahu, because he said to him, أنحو نحو هذا. Go like this. So Nahu means goal or target. ثم قال تتبعه يا أبا الأسود. Then he said, follow it up, Abu al-Aswad. Finish it. وزد عليه ما وقع لك. And add to it anything that occurs to you. Yani, anything that you realize should be added to it. Yani, what you discover, what you realize. وَعْلَمْ يَا أَبَا الْأَسْوَدِ. And know, Abu al-Aswad, أَنَّ الْأَشْيَاءَ ثَلَاثَةً, is that there are three things. ظَاهِرٌ وَمُضْمَرٌ وَشَيْءٌ لَيْسَ بِظَاهِرٍ وَلَا مُضْمَرٍ. Something. So, I didn't hear the tafsir of this sentence before. And this is one of the things I think about all my life since I learned it. Zahir. Zahir means apparent. Just the word by itself. And mudmar. Mudmar means hidden. And something that's neither of those. Neither apparent nor hidden. Now, usually the grammarians, when they say zahir, they mean something that's not a pronoun. Mudmar usually means pronoun. Damir. Mudmar usually means damir. Zahir means what's not damir. Well, what's this in between those? And is that what it means here? I don't know. وإنما تتفاضل الناس في معرفة ما ليس بظاهر ولا مضمر. The people some people are better or worse, are stronger or weaker, or something like this, concerning what's neither of those two. So Allah knows what that means. I don't know. قال أبو الأسود. Abu al-Aswad said, فَجَمَعْتُ مِنْهَا أَشْيَاء. So then I compiled some things. وَعَرَضْتُهَا عَلَيْهِ. And I displayed it to him, to Ali. It's like Ali's the professor. And Abu al-Aswad is, qad yuqal, he's getting his doctorate. فَكَانَ مِنْ ذَلِكَ حُرُوفُ النَّصْبِ. He said some of that were the accusative particles, is what I had gathered. فَكَانَ مِنْهَا, I had gathered إِنَّ وَأَنَّ وَلَيْتَ وَلَعَلَّ وَكَأَنَّ. These ones. This is where we were reading when we stopped. He said, وَلَمْ أَذْكُرْ لَكِنَّ, but I didn't mention لَكِنَّ. فَقَالَ لِي لِمَ تَرَكْتَهَا. So he said to me, why did you not include it? فَقُلْتُ لَمْ أَحْسِبْهَا مِنْهَا, or لَمْ أَحْسَبْهَا. You could read it either way. He said, I didn't reckon it was one of them. فَقَالَ بَلْ هِيَ مِنْهَا فَزِدْهَا. So Ali said, no, it's one of them. Add it. ثم سمع أبو الأسود رجلا يقرأ Then once Abu al-Aswad heard a man reciting the Quran, and he recited this ayah, أن الله بريء من المشركين ورسوله. That's the ayah. It means Allah is bari, if you want, has nothing to do with the pagans. وَرَسُولُهُ with a dhamma. وَرَسُولُهُ and his messenger. So it means, and his messenger has nothing to do with them. So he heard someone reciting this ayah, وَرَسُولِهِ بِالْجَرْ, which changed the meaning. Then it would mean Allah has nothing to do with the pagans and his messenger, meaning, or his messenger either. فَوَضَعَ بَابَ الْعَطْفِ وَالنَّعْتِ. From there he knew to document the chapter of conjunctions and the chapter of adjectives. This person here, I'm not sure what's his name. Al-Marhabi, is it? If you'll tell me if you know, please, inshallah. أخرج عن ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما أنه قال. He produced from Ibn Umar, or about Ibn Umar, may Allah accept from him and his father, that he said, مر عمر بقوم. Once Umar passed by some people, قد رموا. Also, I'm not sure is that Rashqan or Rashaqan. Should have grabbed my copy there. فأخطأوا, and they were shooting at something, and they were missing. فقال ما أسوأ رميكم. He said, how bad your aim is, or how bad your shooting is. فقالوا نحن متعلمين. They said, we are learning. So you see how it doesn't even come out in the translation. فقالوا نحن متعلمين doesn't show up in the translation. It's supposed to be what? متعلمون. فقال لحنكم أشد علي من رميكم. And then he said, your lahn, yani your mistake in Arabic is harder on me than your shooting. سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول. I heard the messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم saying, رحم الله امرأ أصلح من لسانه. May Allah have mercy on someone who fixes his tongue. Hadithun da'if. That's a weak hadith. Weak hadith. Is there anything you can do with a weak hadith? You can use weak hadith for meritorious actions. قال الجلال السيوطي في شرح ألفيته. Al-Jalal as-Suyuti said in explanation of his Alfiyah, because as-Suyuti has his own Alfiyah in Nahu, and he explained Ibn Malik's Alfiyah. And this is saying that he explained his own Alfiyah. Look how active as-Suyuti was, yani non-stop. It's like he never stopped working. Those ones like him, like An-Nawawi, like as soon as they wake up, they just get started doing stuff until they fall asleep. And then they don't sleep a lot, and they don't eat a lot. So they don't go to the bathroom a lot too. Look how much time they have. And maybe they don't get married too. Subhanallah. An-Nawawi, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't get married. That's high energy. That's from Allah Ta'ala. That's called himma. The himma is the ambition, the high energy. Keep going. It's important for the Muslim to have himma. Very important. And it's very bad when the Muslim loses his himma. It happens sometimes. What's important, if you lose your himma, that you get it back. Don't settle with that. Don't be happy with yourself until you push yourself back into higher gear. So what did As-Suyuti say? وقد اتفق العلماء على أن النحو يحتاج إليه في كل فن من فنون العلم. The scholars have agreed that syntax is needed in every field of knowledge. لا سيما التفسير والحديث. Especially التفسير and الحديث. فإنه لا يجوز لأحد أن يتكلم في كتاب الله حتى يكون ملما بالعربية. Indeed, it is not permissible for anyone to talk about the book of God until he is acquainted with Arabic. لأن القرآن عربي, because the Quran is Arabic. ولا تفهم مقاصده إلا بمعرفة قواعد العربية. And so its points will not be comprehended but by learning the Arabic rules. What some people do, they read a translation and they build on translation, even where period is or comma is. Another translation could use other words. So that's why it's important to have the original text of the Quran. The Christians don't see that having the original document of the revelation is of the utmost importance. They see that as long as the meaning is there, it's fine. Even though they lost a lot of the meaning. وَكَذَا الْحَدِيث. And likewise the hadiths, they wouldn't be understood really but by learning the rules of Arabic. قال ابن الصلاح. Ibn al-Salah said, ينبغي للمحدث ألا يروي حديثه بقراءة لحان. It is important that the hadith scholar does not read his hadiths with grammatical blunders. What I said about the Christians is that they don't see the importance of having the exact original revelation text. They see that having the meaning is sufficient, even though they lost a lot of the meaning also. Once you translate those into another language, you're going to lose something. Then they got translations of translations. Like English translation of Bible is taken from Greek. Greek is translation in the first place. وهنا بيان في تعريف بعض المصطلحات النحوية. Let's stop there. Now, in this introduction, before we start reading, they're going to mention some important nahu words. Let's not start this now, and this will still be very good review, and then inshallah we'll get into the actual text right there. Do you have a question I can answer for you? Is the linguistic meaning of nahu target? If you want to translate the word qasd as target, it's qasd, qaf, sad, dal. They maybe usually would translate the word target into English from the Arabic word hadaf. Maybe hadaf means target more than nahu does. Nahu means towards. And nahu means like similar to. Those are Arabic meanings. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.